Welcome back to Outdoor Guys. Today we're going to do a video on my 2024 bow hunting setup, and there's a couple reasons why I wanted to do this video. I want to share like all the accessories I have on my bow, what I've learned, hopefully to help you guys out. I think one main thing is to don't be afraid to change things on your bow. I think I got locked in with this same bow setup for too long, and I recently tried some new things and it's helped me out, I feel like. So we'll just go ahead and start with the bow. This is the Bowtech Realm SR6. I think this bow is around 5 years old now, if I'm not mistaken. But I have a short draw length, so I feel like this bow helps me get speed. I was able to up my poundage with this bow on 70 pounds. It's on the comfort mode. You can flip the cams and you can get performance out of this bow as well. It'll get you like 10 feet more per second. But I've always shot Bowtech. I recently just put this, I don't know if you guys can see it, this Trophy Ridge Digital React. This is a single pin. I don't know if you guys can see it. Actually, let me turn it on. I think you guys can see that. And then it's just a single pin, and you slide the wheel, and you can change the colors and stuff like that. And it's a big digital readout of your yardage. And I want to share too, like, the reason I went with this sight is because you can take your bow, chronograph it, and you can actually put the speed into this sight. You got to sight it in at 21st, which was super simple. The adjustments are real easy. You don't need no Allen keys or anything like that. I actually mounted this sight to the bow myself. I didn't take it anywhere, but I did take it to the bow shop, got my arrow speed down. It was around 260 feet per second. So once you get your 20 in, you enter your bow speed and it automatically does all the yardages for you. So it's dead on. I really like it. I don't know what your budget is or anything like that, but that's one of the big changes I made recently, because I always felt like with my old sight, I didn't know if it was me or how I had the sighted in, but sometimes I would shoot and I would kind of be all over the place. I think if you shoot more consistently, it's probably not the sight, it's probably you. With this sight, I know 100% like scientifically that this thing is dead on because my arrow speed is in it. So that just makes me feel more confident, and I think that's what archery is all about. Like, if you can get your setup to where you're the most confident you can be, I think that's better for everybody. I think that's it on the sight. You can also set it up with yardages if you want to do it that way, and it does have like a backup sight tape if you feel like the sight might malfunction or something. I haven't taken it out in the cold or got it wet yet, so I'm a little curious to know if that's going to perform the same in those conditions, but so far it's been great. Let's hop to my stabilizer. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's the Bee Stinger micro hex counter slide stabilizer, and it's got like the dovetail mount. I don't know if you guys can see it that well, but it just mounts to where your stabilizer goes, and you can actually slide this stabilizer. It's got a couple different holes. You can adjust it, and what's cool about it is you can see it's like having a front and a back stabilizer, so you can add weight to both. So instead of having two hanging off all crazy, you only really need one. I thought that stood out from other stabilizers, and I've always just ran a back bar. I've never ran anything out in front. So it was the first time, this is the heaviest I've ever had my bow. I've been pretty consistent with it, so I wanted to share that. I know a lot of people, this is actually the 15 inch, if I didn't mention that, but it's not really, because you got some hanging off the back. So you can adjust that, find that balance point in your bow, and it makes it'll hold your pin steadier. I haven't been shooting it like this that long, couple weeks. But, I've had spent enough time to where I felt like I could do this video and speak about all this stuff. I got the Vapor Trail breast. I forget what gen that is. I don't know if it says it on it or not. I don't think so. I think it's the newer one. I don't know if it's the newest because I haven't really checked it on their stuff since I haven't had to. This has always been a great rest for me. Oh yeah, the strings. These are the gas high octane strings. I think this is going on actually almost my 4th year with these, and I haven't replaced it yet. It's probably time to replace my strings, but I'm gonna try to get through one more season, I think, before I make that move. These strings have been great. This is the first set of gas strings that I've had on my bow, and they've been fine. They've really held up well. I have grip tape here. It's like, you know, the bat wraps you put on the handles. I just added that to my handle. It just helps me get a better grip, and I'm not holding like metal, you know what I mean, or plastic. It feels like I can get a consistent grip with it, so I kind of wrap that myself. But like I said, I shoot at 70 pounds. I've been messing around with trying to learn as much as I can about archery. It's so tedious. I've been looking at, like, you know, FOC. Like I said, I have a shorter draw length, so I'm kind of, you know, I can't go too heavy of an arrow because I lose a lot of speed, and I'm trying to stay. I'm right at 260, which I think is good for hunting, but there's only so much you can do with a short draw length, so I try to shoot a higher poundage at 70 pounds. So it's worked for me good so far. I did shoulder one last season, but you know, you got to make a better shot than that. I just didn't make a good shot, and it cost me. But you know, we could get the broadheads. If you guys are curious, I shoot the Rage hypodermic no collar broadheads. Everyone besides that buck last season, I've taken about, I don't know, 4 or 5 deer, and the shots haven't always been perfect, and that head's, you know, done good for me. So I'm still shooting the Rage hypodermic. I know a lot of people kind of blame the head when things don't go your way, but it's shot placement in my opinion. And I know some people might say, you know, they like to shoot a heavier arrow in case you do hit shoulder to try to get to it, but I feel like if I go that route, I'll lose too much speed because of my draw length. So kind of limited. I try to shoot a faster, lighter arrow, if that makes sense. I'll show you one of my arrows. Hold on. I did one more thing I wanted to mention too. This is the Maxima Sable RZs, and this is the 350 spine. I was shooting, I want to say, I was shooting the Maxima Red 250s because I originally had a different bow, and I was shooting around 60 pounds. Then I got the SR6, and I went up to 70, and we never changed my spine. So I did some reading and stuff like that, and I said, I looked at the charts and all, and I should have been shooting a stiffer spine. So I went to this arrow. Maybe it helped me, maybe it didn't, but from, you know, I love trying new things, you know, to try to get my setup tuned in as best as I can. I'm not shooting any inserts or anything like that. That is something I want to maybe play around with in the future. So I went to bowhunting.com, and they have like a FOC calculator on there. Now, I went down a rabbit hole a little bit, and you put in your arrow length, and it shows you how to measure your arrow and find a balance point, and all that stuff. So it says my FOC is 11.1%, and everything I looked up for bow hunting whitetail deer, that's mainly what I do, said that's a good number. So everything I checked, like 260 feet per second, all that stuff seems dead on for whitetail deer. So, you know, I don't really want to mess with it too much more, but I feel like if I had a bad experience out there with something, I'm always trying to change something just to try to, you know, be in the best shape that I can. Sometimes things happen, that's bow hunting, out of our control, but you know, we always want to make the best shot that we can. And, you know, I have no problem putting my time in. Main thing is practice, taking some deer in between bucks, just so you're sharp. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you what I'm shooting, what I've been shooting for the last couple years. Like I said, I wanted to mainly do this video to go over some of the changes that I have made to my setup. Maybe it'll help you guys out. I do have the lighted nocks on the arrows I shoot. This one, the insert's coming out a little bit, so I gotta fix that. But this one doesn't have it in it, but it's the nocturnal. I shoot the green lighting nocks. So I love those things. I've never had a problem with them. I practice with them as well as my broadheads when I do practice, and they've always been fine for me. So I wanted to add too, I'm shooting right around a 400 grain arrow, and I found this kinetic energy thing. I think it was on like Podium Archery or something like that, and it said I'm shooting right around 60 pounds of kinetic energy. So some of you guys probably know more about this than me. Like I said, I'm trying to learn everything I can about all this stuff and try to do more things on my own just so I'm a better bow hunter. So that's it. I don't want to drag this on any longer. It went a little longer than I thought, but I just wanted to try to cover everything. If you have any questions, you know, drop them down in the comments. Let me know what you guys are shooting too. Let me know what your setups are. Let me know if you shoot bow tack, or any other brand is fine with me as well. Whatever works for you and helps your confidence, I'm completely cool with. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Go ahead and ring that notification bell too, guys, so you get all my content as soon as it drops. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button down. Until the next one, you have officially been outdoors.